My wings were heavy, I could not fly, haunted by dreams that were meant to come true. Love was there, I could not see it, so the voice of salvation came shining through you. And you said, God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. In the sky of my mind was lightning and thunder. I never could trust it could finally be right. The truth in your eyes said, don't worry, don't wonder. You sang me a song that had shattered the lie. And you said, God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. And like the shepherd, you pulled me through. When my heart was troubled, I didn't know what to do. Your compassion planted a seed in my life. Now the flowers in me, all the time I'm singing, all the time I'm singing. God is all there will ever be. God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. If your wings are heavy, you cannot fly, haunted by dreams that were meant to come true. God is right there, you just have to see it. Let the voice of salvation come shining through you, and just sing, God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. My wings were heavy, I could not fly, haunted by dreams that were meant to come true. Love was there, I could not see it, so the voice of salvation came shining through you. And you said, God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. In the sky of my mind was lightning and thunder. I never could trust it could finally be right. The truth in your eyes said, don't worry, that has shattered the light. And you said, God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. And like the shepherd, you pulled me through when my heart was troubled. I didn't know what to do. Your compassion planted a seed in my life. Now the flowers in me. All the time I'm singing. All the time I'm singing. God is all there will ever be. God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. If your wings are heavy, you cannot fly. Haunted by dreams that were meant to come true. God is right there. You just have to see it. Let the voice of salvation come shining through you. And just sing, God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. My wings were heavy, I could not fly. Haunted by dreams that were meant to come true. Love was there, I could not see it. So the voice of salvation came shining through you. And you said, God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. In the sky of my mind was lightning and thunder. I never could trust it could finally be right. The truth in your eyes said, don't worry, don't wonder. You sang me a song that has shattered the light. And you said, God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. And like the shepherd, you pulled me through when my heart was troubled. I didn't know what to do. Your compassion planted a seed in my life. Now the flowers in me. All the time I'm singing. All the time I'm singing. God is all there will ever be. If your wings are heavy, you cannot fly. Haunted by dreams that were meant to come true. God is right there. You just have to see it. Let the voice of salvation come shining through you, and just sing, God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. My wings were heavy, I could not fly. Haunted by dreams that were meant to come true. Love was there, I could not see it. So the voice of salvation came shining through you, and you said, God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. In the sky of my mind was lightning and thunder. I never could trust it could finally be right. The truth in your eyes said, don't worry, don't wander. You sang me a song that has shattered the lie, and you said, God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. And like the shepherd, you pulled me through. When my heart was troubled, I didn't know what to do. Your compassion planted a seed in my life. Now the flowers in me, all the time I'm singing, all the time I'm singing. God is all there will ever be. God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. If your wings are heavy, you cannot fly. Haunted by dreams that were meant to come true. God is right there. You just have to see it. Let the voice of salvation come shining through you, and just sing, God is all there is. God is all there will ever be.
Good morning. My name is Reggie Kapp, and I am a member and a licensed practitioner here at Columbia CSL. And this morning, I am giving my time and talent as the presider. So welcome to our Sunday celebration. We would greatly appreciate it if you would share this live stream on whatever social media platforms you use to bring more of us together in spiritual community. So thank you for that. If this is your first time experiencing Columbia Center for Spiritual Living, we welcome you and thank you for joining us today. We want you to know, whoever you are and whatever spiritual path you're on, you are welcome and celebrated here. There are a variety of ways to connect and engage with others in spiritual community. We invite you to check out our website calendar at columbiacsl.com/events. You can email us at info@columbiacsl.com for more information, or call our office anytime at 410-750-8559. And now I get to share with you who we are and what we're up to. Our vision is to contribute to a world that works for everyone. We are a diverse community of belonging and growth. We share the light and joy within ourselves while learning to see it in others. Guided by Spirit, together we build a joyously engaged, inclusive community intent on uplifting and transforming lives. As a community, we strive to illuminate the Spirit truth that we all belong to each other. And that calls for us to embrace and celebrate our unique identities, such as all abilities and ages, all physical characteristics, all gender identities, all national origins, all faiths and spiritual paths, all sexual orientations, and all ethnicities and races, just to name a few. We grow together in classes, in workshops, in service, and just by hanging out together. And we come together in spiritual community on Sundays to celebrate life. So let's get to it. Our founder, Reverend Dr. Ernest Holmes, taught that in principle, the great religions of the world do not differ as much as they appear to. That is why we take time each month to recognize and honor a variety of religions as sacred paths to God. I now invite Zita Johnson-Betts to lead us in our breaths of faith.
Let us breathe in together as we honor each faith. As we take in the first breath, we honor Christianity as a path of love and forgiveness. As we take in the second breath, we honor Buddhism as a path of compassion and Four Noble Truths. As we take in the third breath, we honor Judaism as a path of ethical living through sacred law. As we take in the fourth breath, we honor Baha'i as a path of unity and peace. As we take in the fifth breath, we honor Islam as a path of surrendering to the will of God as the highest calling. As we take in the sixth breath, we honor Confucianism as a path of deliberate tradition. As we take in the seventh breath, we honor Taoism as a path of harmony and balance. As we take in the eighth breath, we honor all indigenous peoples' traditions as paths that recognize and honor spirit in all of creation. As we take in the ninth breath, we honor Shintoism as a path of optimism and inherent goodness of humanity. As we take in the 10th breath, we honor Hinduism as a path of knowledge, action, and devotion. As we take in the 11th breath, we honor Akan as a path that honors the divine, ancestors, and nature. As we take in the 12th breath, we honor our own faith, the science of mind, as a path of adherence to universal spiritual law and transformation through the commitment to our spiritual practices. And as we take in the final breath of this sacred ceremony, we invite you to hold sacred any and all faiths in all their multiplicity by knowing love as the highest power that guides them all. Namaste, my beloveds, and so it is.
Namaste. Thank you so much, Sita. So we have a saying here, singing is like praying twice. So let's begin with a song. This morning we're blessed to have as our guest musician, our very own B. Eamon James, joining us all the way from Columbia, Maryland. Eamon has been singing all his life, primarily in church, but also in musicals with jazz musicians and in other community settings. Eamon finds great joy in sharing music that moves, inspires, frees, or heals the listener. Please join me in welcoming B. Eamon James.
Good morning, family. It's in the garden of our being, where we commune with the God of our being, that we find peace, we find wholeness. I come to the garden alone. I come to the garden alone while the dew is still on the roses, and the voice I hear falling on my ear, the Son of God discloses. Yes, God walks with me. Yes, God talks with me. Yes, God tells me I am His own. And the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. I'd stay in the garden with Him, though the night around me is falling, but God bids me go. I hear His voice, oh, God's voice to me is calling. Yes, God walks with me. Yes, God talks with me. Yes, God tells me I am His own. And the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. Yes, the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known.
Thank you so much, Eamon. So much joy, so much joy. So let's begin shifting our attention inward as we engage in shared spiritual practice. We will have a contemplative reading by Mindy Derrick, followed by a guided meditation and affirmative prayer by Zita Johnson Betts. I invite you to release anything and everything that might be distracting you and allow yourself to be fully present in this moment.
Today's reading, good morning, is Cultivating Authenticity from Beneath the Clay by Alan Vukas, Science of Mind magazine, March 2023. In Bangkok, there's a solid gold statue of the Buddha believed to have been made in the 13th century. It stands 9.8 inches tall and weighs 5.5 tons. In 1757, a neighboring army invaded Thailand. The Buddhist monks at the monastery covered the golden Buddha with plaster, painted and adorned it with bits of colored glass to hide its value. While none of the monks survived the invasion, the golden Buddha survived undiscovered. While the monks 200 years later relocated their monastery, the giant clay Buddha fell to the ground. On inspection, one of the monks noticed a large crack in the clay and a golden light emanating from the crack. The monks chipped away at the clay exterior, ultimately revealing this solid gold statue. Like the golden Buddha, each of us came to the world as a bright light. As Ernest Holmes wrote in this thing called you, your soul belongs to the universe. Your mind is an outlet through which the creative intelligence of the universe seeks fulfillment. You arrived as you. The luminous beauty continues to shine, sometimes hidden and waiting to be seen. Breaking out of the clay is not about becoming someone other than who you are. Instead, it involves releasing those patterns of thought, feeling, and behavior that act as barriers to your personal truth and power. One simple practice is to ask yourself throughout the day, what am I feeling? What do I need or desire? What is important? By investigating and becoming intimate with what wants to be known, we become aware of what has been hidden. Today's affirmation: while courageously being vulnerable and honest with myself, I let myself shine. I embrace my birthright to live my authentic life. My light is revealed and I shine, and so it is.
Good morning, Columbia CSL. Such a good morning. Let us prepare ourselves to go within in order to embrace the truth that spirit is all there is. Make yourself comfortable now. Relax Get your body situated so that you can relax into the stillness that is always available to you. Let go of anything that draws your attention away from your breath. Listen to my words from this quiet place of inner sanctuary as we engage together in spiritual practice. And we breathe. Just breathe. Your breath on a physical level provides the life-sustaining oxygen that your body needs. I believe that on a spiritual level, your breath connects you to the energy, the vitality, the very essence of the divine that permeates all life, all of creation. Now, as you sit in meditation, if your mind has wandered a little bit away from my voice and from your breath, just gently return your focus to your breath and relax. This isn't work, it's just practice, all joy. And as we sit here together in the stillness, let's imagine everyone within the sound of my voice also becoming still, quieting their minds and focusing on their breath. Then let's imagine each person allowing themselves to experience the peace, stillness, and energy that flows into and through them with each breath that they take. And as we breathe in and out, in and out, the quality of our vibration, our energy changes, and you can feel the shift. The vibration becomes stronger and deeper and more measured. Feel it. And we know, consistent with the law of attraction, that this vibration can become a collective vibration, a wave of peaceful energy that can sweep across the planet, strengthened by each person whose energy contributes to it. Each person becomes part of this great wave. This vibration is a manifestation of the divine within us, and experiencing it reinforces our connection to one another. And through the operation of law, we can manifest the attributes of God. And these attributes include peace, acceptance, unconditional love, and compassion. I am reminded of some of the lyrics of John Lennon's song, Imagine. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. Imagine all the people living life in peace. Let's imagine together there's nothing to separate us, nothing to separate us, and that we truly believe we are all one, connected to each other and the divine on every level of our being. Just imagine. Just breathe in and out. And in this quiet place of stillness, this inner place of peace, join me now in this affirmative prayer. In this sacred moment, I acknowledge the divine presence that permeates all existence and from which all things spring and have their being. I am one with the infinite wisdom, love, and abundance of the universe. I recognize that I am an integral part of the cosmic tapestry, interconnected with all beings. As I embrace this truth of oneness, I affirm my inherent wholeness. Every fiber of my being radiates with the truth of divine perfection, health, and vitality. In my heart, I know that I am an expression of life's magnificence, experiencing boundless joy, peace, and prosperity. My thoughts align with the infinite intelligence, guiding me towards greater understanding, compassion, and unity. I am a beacon of love, sharing kindness and empathy with every being, everywhere. Grateful for this profound connection to the universal source, I affirm I am complete, and I embrace the oneness that in truth unites us all. I release this affirmation now to the law, knowing that it is already manifested and demonstrating in our lives. And so it is. Namaste, my beloveds. Namaste.
Namaste, and so it is. Thank you so much for letting your light shine, Mindy and Zita. So let's continue moving inward with more music from B. Eamon James.
Isn't spirit funny? You never know where your next message is coming from, because God is everywhere. I found this one from a James Bond movie, Louis Armstrong song. We have all the time in the world. We have all the time in the world. Time enough for life to unfold all the precious things love has in store. We have all the love in the world. If that's all we have, you will find we need nothing more. Every step of the way will find us with the cares of the world behind us. We have all the time in the world just for love, nothing more, nothing less, only love. Every step of the way will find us with the cares of the world far behind us. We have all the time in the world just for love, nothing more, nothing less, only love. Only love. Only love.
Good morning, beloveds. For those of you who may not be familiar with who I am, my name is Reverend Rafe, Ellis, and I am honored and privileged to be the senior minister and spiritual leader here at Columbia Center for Spiritual Living. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's start by taking a breath together. That, beloveds, is the connection of life. So this morning we are launching into a month of exploring living as wholeness. And particularly this morning we're looking at embracing wholeness. So we're going to start with just some ideas of what wholeness actually is. And then we're going to spend the majority of our time looking at this idea of embrace. So wholeness in the dictionary is defined as a state of forming a complete and harmonious whole, a unity, a state of being unbroken or undamaged. In philosophy and psychology, wholeness is defined as a state of completion of the human soul that comes from psychological awareness, self-awareness, self-acceptance, and then they repeat self-acceptance with a capital S, which is exactly what our founder Ernest Holmes did. Jungian continues with the definition of self as the central archetype of the human soul that expresses psychic wholeness, the totality of our personality, as well as its center and circumference. You may have heard that in prayers offered, that we are that we are at the center, and that it has no circumference, that everywhere presence. And so here, Jungian psychology, philosophy is right in alignment with science of mind. It continues, often associated with a deity, the God image within humans, which is a different way of saying exactly what we teach, that we are made out of it, by it, to be it. It is within us and without us, on the outside. And then it goes on to complete its definition with the autonomous. Autonomous meaning it operates on its own, regulating force within us that urges us toward wholeness. That I understand that to mean exactly what Holmes brought forward, that the self is always urging the self forward into a greater awareness of the divine self to the human self. So when we look at this idea of wholeness, I think it's really important that we really rest in that, a state of being unbroken, undamaged, a harmonious, complete whole, a unity. Because our human indoctrination, our human conditioning is to think about the parts of a whole. And I invite you this morning to think about it more as aspects of the whole. Why? Because parts in our language lends itself to separation. Wetness is an aspect of water, but it cannot be separated from water. I don't care how you engage with water, there's going to be some degree of wetness. It is an inseparable aspect of water. And so I invite you to begin to understand all of the things that you might think of as parts, as aspects of one complete, harmonious whole. Now I know that's a lot, and we're going to get there. I think one of the things that challenges us is trying to wrap ourselves around behavior as part of the whole. And while our power of choice is certainly an aspect of the whole, how that plays out is individualized. That is this experiential realm that literally creates our personality, because our personality is an accumulation of all of our experiences that molds us and shapes us and forms this very human thing called personality. I settled in all week long. This poem from Robert Frost kept coming up. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both and be one traveler. Long I stood and looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though as for the passing there, had not warned them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay, in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubt I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. To me, that speaks eloquently and perfectly about this idea of embrace. That embrace is really anchored in conscious choice. Now, it's no secret to any of us that the first definition of embrace in the dictionary is to hold someone closely in one's arms, especially as a sign of affection. So to embrace is synonymous with hugging. It's the second definition that I want to focus on today. Check this out. To accept and support a belief, theory, or change willingly and enthusiastically. Let me read that again. To accept and support a belief, theory, or change willingly and enthusiastically. And so the invitation becomes to recognize that we are always at choice, that there are always these two roads, and we get to choose. And this idea of embracing wholeness is an invitation to choose that divine self, to allow that self to lift up the human self, and to allow the human self to bring the divine self more into our awareness, more into our experience, more into the molding and shaping of our personality, how we show up in the world. And I think one of our biggest challenges is first to not acknowledge that we're at choice. Too many of us spend too much time hanging out on that villain victim hero triangle. The minute we say we have to, we must, we got to, the minute somebody else made us do something, we have abdicated our power of choice. And so the first thing we have to do is acknowledge we always are at choice. Even if we dislike the roads that we're looking down, even if they scare the bejabbers out of us, we are at choice. Always. We get to choose to live our authentic self, whether anybody agrees with us or not. And oftentimes, choosing our authentic self is met with rejection from other people. So we get to choose. Is it more important? Is the road we're going to choose our divine expression or somebody else's idea of our divine expression? Because oftentimes they're worlds apart. Worlds apart. This idea of embrace, I think we have to own any degree of this, right? Any degree of this, because I cannot possibly embrace anything as long as I'm closed, as long as my arms are crossed, either mentally or physically, as long as the door is shut. There's no openness to embrace a new idea, to embrace a change, much less to do it willingly or enthusiastically. And life is not going to take a sledgehammer and a chisel and pound away at those barriers. We do that with our own thinking. We continuously create situations and experiences that give us ample evidence that perhaps it might be in our best interest to change directions. That perhaps continuing down this road that we're on is not taking us where we ultimately want to be. When the scenery represents somebody else's life and not yours, we get to cut through the woods to another path. We get to make a whole nother. And no one, and I rarely use all inclusives, but absolutely no one can choose for you. They absolutely cannot. If I were to have a guru, it would be Viktor Frankl. And the preciousness of what he teaches me through his articulation of coming to understand the power of choice through his experience in concentration camps in Nazi Germany as a Jew. Take away all of my excuses. And the most precious story that I've read of his is the moment where they had taken everything. They had taken his clothing, they had taken his food, they had taken his health. He was literally stripped naked. And they asked for his wedding ring. And he paused long enough to settle within his own mind that he was consciously choosing to give his wedding ring to avoid any psychological, spiritual impact of being a victim. Now, I would love to tell you that I am so anchored that I would be able to do that. And it would be easy to say I could when I'm not in that situation. But I don't know. I know I have been challenged in life with some very difficult things. And I know I can look back and say, I'm proud of some of my decisions, and others, not so much. Right? And then there are those decisions, those choices that had outcomes that are different than I anticipated. And I love what Dan Millman teaches. He used to come to a treatment facility that I worked at when I was still in the secular nonprofit realm. And he taught that we've never made a bad decision. And it took me a while to wrap myself around that, but I really understand what he's saying. That given all of the information that we had in that moment, all of the imagination available to us, all of the skills, all of the tools, all of the resources, we have made the best choice that was available to us in that moment. And that it's only in hindsight, when we go back and look at our past choices through the lens of new information, that it gets distorted and that it gets bad. And then, because we live in this human reward punishment paradigm, our tendency is to make ourselves bad and wrong. And none of that, beloveds, none of that's accurate. We make choices, and choices are activated in law. The soul of humanity is synonymous with law, the activity of creation. And so we make choices, we hold beliefs, and those are acted upon. And we don't get to determine how they play out. We get to choose what we activate. We get to choose the belief. Our work, our privilege, our gift is in mind. It is the mental. And so I invite you, let's take a breath together. I invite you to set an intention this week for how it is best for you to lean into embracing a greater awareness that you are an aspect of wholeness, that you have never been separate, that you have never been broken, that you are an integrated aspect of an infinite wholeness. That, beloved, is the truth of your being. And so, how might you engage in spiritual practice over the next week to embrace that truth? Let's take this into prayer. And so I'm knowing that this one infinite everything is everywhere present. It is all there is. End of discussion. And so I know that I am that in form. I am an aspect of it. I live within it and it lives within me. And what is true of me is true of all life. God and only God. Love and only love. Life and only life, everywhere present. The wholeness of what is simply is. And so I speak my word, claiming and affirming that that is the self that is rising and lifting the self, that is the psychic awareness that is becoming the bright light within the mind and awareness of all life, uniquely individualized and wholly embraced as holy. So grateful to know that this is exactly how it works, that spoken is instantly done. And so I let go. I let it be all that it is. And I choose. And I choose. And I choose again. And so it is.
And so it is. Thank you so much, Reverend Rafe. I love that. I love embracing wholeness and looking at not the pieces of it, but the aspects of it. It just feels like it's fuller to me. Thank you so much for that. I have a lot to think about this week. That's great. And now it is time to practice the law of circulation. So please join me in speaking our prosperity affirmation together. I affirm that all Columbia CSL's accounts, now and continually, are filled with an all-sufficiency of visible funds to meet all its needs, wants, desires, and commitments, with a divine surplus from which we expand and share our abundance. And so it is. As you prepare to give now by writing your check or using one of the online giving methods found on our website, or if, like me, you share your prosperity through our auto tithe methods, I invite you to take your gift in hand and in your heart and repeat after me. In a consciousness of abundance, I give freely, knowing that I am freely given to. I now invite you to give as we listen to another musical gift from B. Eamon James.
This song is a Christmas favorite. It reminds me in this season where we celebrate the birth of the Christ in us, that we each have this Christ within that has so much potential if we just allow the Spirit working in us and as us to just have its way. Mary, did you know? Mary, did you know that your baby boy will one day walk on water? Mary, did you know that your baby boy will save our sons and daughters? Did you know that your baby boy has come to make you new? This child that you delivered will soon deliver you. Mary, did you know that your baby boy will give sight to the blind man? Mary, did you know that your baby boy will calm the storms with his hands? Did you know that your baby boy has walked where angels trod? And when you kiss your little baby, you kiss the face of God. Mary, did you know? Mary, did you know? The blind will see, the deaf will hear, the dead will live again, the lame will leap, the silent will speak, the praises of the Lamb. Oh, Mary, did you know that your baby boy is Lord of all creation? Mary, did you know that your baby boy will one day rule the nations? Did you know that your baby boy is heaven's perfect lamb? The sleeping child you're holding is the great I am. Mary, did you know? Mary, did you know? Did you know? Do you know?
Well, that was wonderful. I believe we're going back to Reverend Rafe if he's available. And if not, oh, there you are. Oh, I think possibly we don't have audio from Reverend Rafe. Okay. If that's true, Don, I shall continue.
Not sure what was happening there.
Oh, there you are.
So,
All right. Thanks, Reverend
yes.
Rafe.
So I speak a word of blessing, a word of gratitude, a word of recognition that the infinite in the form of money is that energy that sustains itself, expressed as the Columbia Center for Spiritual Living, that each and every giver is giving to itself, through itself, to sustain itself. And that we, as Columbia Center for Spiritual Living, give through the center to move that money into lifting up life as we share from our abundance to do good work in the world beyond our walls. And so it is. And so I get to say thank you. Let me get my list up here because I will forget if I don't. Sometimes I have a happier forgetter than a rememberer. So thank you, Reggie Cap, for being our presider this morning. Thank you, Mindy Derrick, for being our sacred reader. Thank you, Zeta Johnson Betts, for doing our incredible spiritual practice for us this morning. Thank you, Brother Eamon James, for being our musician and taking me a bit down memory lane with that first song. Oh my goodness. Sweet, sweet place to visit. Thank you, Don Henderson, for being our wizard behind the curtain and all of the technical things that you do to prepare us. And thank you, Mary Jane Thompson, for our selected reading. And thank you, everybody who has ever had a part in building this amazing community that we get to share with one another and the world. And so now I'm going to give you a little tidbit of affirmation to take with you for the week. So I'm going to read it through once and then invite you to read it with me wherever you are. I am made in the image of the divine. I am living a whole life. Let's say that together. I am made in the image of the divine. I am living a whole life. Yes, you are. And if in living that whole life, you would like some additional support, we have these amazing beings called licensed practitioners. And you can see them there on the screen. These are individuals who have spent a minimum of 5 years learning and preparing to hold you in the truth of you, to see your divinity beyond any condition you bring to them. They are skilled and committed to seeing the truth of you. And so if you choose additional support, reach out to them. You can find them on our website. I am aware that we're updating some of it, but they're there. If you would like a prayer, reach out to us through the website or through prayer@columbiacsl.com or call one of us. We are always happy to uplift you in prayer, to know the truth with you. Always, always. This coming a week from today, December 10th, we are back in person. We will have our town hall meeting from 11:20 to 12:15. You can also join that town hall meeting virtually. All that information is in our newsletter. If you're not currently getting our newsletter and you choose to do so, you can go to our website and do that, or you can email me at Rafe@ColumbiaCSL, and I will send you an invite, whichever way works easiest for you. And shortly after we wrap up here, I will be back online through our Zoom link for our after chat. The Zoom link is there. You can also go to our calendar on our website, which will get you there, or you can click on the link in the newsletter. I've endeavored to give you multiple avenues, but if you want, real quickly, you can just write that meeting ID down, that passcode, log into Zoom. I'm going to take a brief bio break, and then I will be back on Zoom to chat with whoever shows up about whatever you want to chat about. So I love you dearly. On behalf of the entire community, thank you for being a part of our spiritual experience today. Please remember to check out the announcement slides at the end of the service, and I'll see you on the after chat. Have a great week.
Circulation, circulation, like the water raining down to grow the flowers up through the ground. Circulation, circulation, the universe you give into will multiply it and send it back to you. Circulation, circulation, like the water raining down to grow the flowers up through the ground. Circulation, circulation, the universe you give into will multiply it and send it back to you. Press down, good measure, shaking together and running over. Press down, good measure, shaking together and running over. Press down, good measure, shaking and running over. Press down, good measure, shaking together and running over. Circulation, circulation, like the water raining down to grow the flowers up through the ground. Circulation, circulation, the universe you give into will multiply it and send it back to you. Will multiply it and send it back to you. Will multiply it and send it back to you. Circulation, circulation, like the water raining down to grow the flowers up through the ground. Circulation, circulation, the universe you give into will multiply it and send it back to you. Circulation, circulation, like the water raining down to grow the flowers up through the ground. Circulation, circulation, the universe you give into will multiply it and send it back to you. Press down, good measure, shaking together and running over. Press down, good measure, shaking together and running over. Press down, good measure, shaking and running over. Press down, good measure, shaking together and running over. Circulation, circulation, like the water raining down to grow the flowers up through the ground. Circulation, circulation, the universe you give into will multiply it and send it back to you. Will multiply it and send it back to you. Will multiply it and send it back to you. Circulation, circulation, like the water raining down to grow the flowers up through the ground. Circulation, circulation, the universe you give into will multiply it and send it back to you. Circulation, circulation, like the water raining down to grow the flowers up through the ground. Circulation, circulation, the universe you give into will multiply it and send it back to you. together and running over. Rest down, then measure, shaking and the running over. Rest down, then measure, shaking together and running over.
Circulation, circulation, like the water raining down to grow the flowers up through the ground. Circulation, circulation, the universe you give into will multiply it and send it back to you. Will multiply it and send it back to you. Will multiply it and send it back to you.